Alright, so someone asked me, out of curiosity, how did you learn to code? I am looking to learn myself and need help finding a good route. So, my story goes back to high school, where I was still figuring out what I wanted to do in university. I had some interest in computers because I did like playing video games, and so I decided to take my first programming class in grade 10. The programming language the teacher taught was Turing. Like, no one uses it and it's so old. But yeah, it was still a really easy class where they only went over the basics. For me getting a high 90 in the class, I thought programming was a breeze and I thought I had it all figured out. But oh boy, was I wrong. Grade 11 rolled around where I took Introduction to Computer Science. We used Java, and so we learned object-oriented programming, and this is where I got pretty lost. This is also when I started to figure out that there's many different technologies and programming languages to use. I also found out how many different fields you can go into with this, from software engineering, data science, AI, game development, hardware programming, and the list goes on. Though this is where my real interest sparked, and I had decided to double down and pursue computer science when I would go to university. So fast forward to university, I'd describe my first 2 years as math and fundamental computer science heavy. There wasn't any really super interesting courses that I took where we would like build projects or anything, but it did help me improve my fundamentals as a programmer. The upper year courses is where you actually get to build cool projects in a team, and so those were some of the courses that really stood out to me. And fast forward to a year later, which is today. I work at one of the FANG companies and run a game development YouTube channel. So coming back to your question on how you can learn to code, I would say first focus on learning the fundamentals first. I suggest the programming language Python because syntactically it is the most friendly. YouTube is a great place to learn where there's tons of free videos to watch because honestly, you don't even need to buy a course. After that, try making some programs yourself. If you get stuck, just Google. Ask any programmer. Half of our jobs is getting good at Googling things. I just heavily advise against not getting stuck in tutorial hell, where you just keep watching tutorials and copy pasting without thinking for yourself. After doing that with Python, you can repeat the same process for whatever you want to do. If you're interested in web development, watch some HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then maybe make your own website. If you're interested in game development, then maybe repeat the same process with Unity or Unreal. So I hope that answered your question, and I'm doing these weekly, so drop a question and I'll answer next week.